Who's going to do the drop in?
Well, we probably should have decided that before we dropped in. Hey, welcome to the rundown.
No, I wanted to do it.
Go.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome to the rundown. Yo, late? No, we're late.
Look at this boy.
Hello.
Look at this. Well, I had a couple of things I wanted to talk about, and
No, you can.
Yeah, now you fucked it up.
Well, tough.
Fine.
So, while we approach what we want to speak about,
don't do that to Micah, man. Micah was supposed to be late, hence I'm here. Here he is with his
he's eating his dinner.
Pineapple.
We'll let the man eat his dinner. We are the rundown. It is week 10. We have Steve here because he wants to go over.
Bring him back.
He's eating. Let the man eat.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Eat. And then
it's okay. It's okay.
No, I don't want to watch you eat. It's disgusting.
I don't want to watch you eat either. Let the man eat.
I'm
not touching it.
So let's go. You do it again.
It's not even me, bro. It's your internet.
Yeah.
Like, it's just not me.
Copy internet. Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you. You do it again.
Bro, it's not me.
I haven't been touching it.
Oh, yeah. That's why you had to
Don't want to piss off Big Micah.
Big meat.
Oh, no. It looks like the lineman's going to come to the second level.
Well, the lineman is here.
Hey,
so.
By the time you get there, I'll be gone.
It's a pulling guard coming downhill. Oh, no.
Anyway. Let's get this shit started, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
the reason Steve's here is broadcasting standards announcement.
What?
I don't know. Why are you here?
I'm here because Micah messaged about 50 minutes ago saying I'm running late, and he clearly isn't. So
no, they were actually train delays. I'd normally home by 7.
He managed to pull it off.
3 minutes.
Here he is. So I did have a couple of things to talk about, but I don't want to now.
Yeah, but
I'll probably come up in the chat.
Can I have do I get a choice between you and Micah?
No,
I
don't get a choice.
I've got to put my kids to bed.
So
can we put Micah to bed instead? Your kids can have a night up. It's like, I miss you, man.
Yes, because I don't allow you to waffle on, do I?
No, and you got your hot takes are like warm milk.
That's fine.
He's ready to comment on Baffer's latest announcement. Yeah, well, that was it. That was what I was going to talk about a bit, but not as much. I wanted to talk about because we're getting close to the playoffs, and now the conversations are starting around, tiebreakers and head-to-heads and all this sort of stuff, and everyone always misinterprets it or misunderstands it each year, which is I don't know. I suppose it helps us because we're here to help you.
Well, how about you mention it so that way me and Mike can know what the fuck we're talking about. When
do you guys know the tiebreaker stuff? Okay, cool. Let me just talk through it then, and then you've got it. And I'm gonna in the article we just posted, which is about an announcement Baffer have just made. So Baffer have just removed the wild card round from Div 2 playoffs. So there's no wild card round.
Okay.
And that's probably the right decision for the fact, otherwise 12 of 17 teams get into the playoffs.
It's definitely the right decision because there is some garbage that was looking
I think there's a bigger picture as well. Okay, so why is that decision having to be made at what should be the highest populated tier in Britball, right? It's a pyramid, right? Loads of teams at the bottom. Smaller teams that are better, fewer teams that are better, the fewest amount of teams that are at the top, right? So it's sort of structurally been, I think it's like a diamond shape now, if you like it goes like that. And so yeah, my point on it is yes, that's the right thing. You don't want to have, you got to protect they said about protecting the integrity. You got to do that. They also mentioned saving teams money, which I think is a bit of a stretch. Yeah, the right decision, but again, done in the wrong way, dropped mere weeks before teams are going to qualify or looking at qualification for the playoffs and stuff. So So what I did was talk about that, and then I posted, because I know the questions are coming. Here's the logic structure of tiebreakers. So one thing to remember: the tie-breaking structure for contact adult football is different to uniball, right? And people often get them because of that. Often blur them and say a uniball rule that doesn't apply to senior ball and whatever, right? So uniball's rules are different. One because they're run by bucks, but also because they work off of bucks points. That's like the currency in buck sports. Whereas in senior or adult contact football, it's the most important thing is the win-loss record, or the win-loss draw record, or win percentage is probably the easier way of saying it.
That 100% should be the most important thing always.
Yes, which makes sense, right? But in uniball, but roughly it does work out the same. But yeah. So anyway, but it's not just that primary primary metric, because obviously if teams end on the same win percentage, for example, then you're like, okay, so what next? So let me hold on. I'll get it open here. So the first one is the win percentage. Really straightforward, right? So, another fucking thing that really confuses things between Britball and adult football is Uniball. Fuck me, I'm getting my terms mixed up. Uniball has got a set of logic that it goes through to just rank the teams. So that means the end of season. What I mean by ranking is how does the league finish, right? So who's first, second, third within each individual conference, right? Fourth or whatever, right? How does that end up? Because quite often you get ties on points. And so once that's decided, it then kicks into another set of logic, the seeding, because there are different size leagues and like a number of teams in different leagues, and so they try to they have two sets of logic. BAFA has one set of logic that it applies to both. So the set of logic that defines the league, how the league table ends, is the same logic that decides the seeding for the playoffs. Okay,
makes sense,
right?
And again, so between those technically three different logic sets, people just get confused, which I can understand that. This is how every single Prem, Div 1, Div 2 are decided adult contact. Number one is win percentage. There's a tie. Number two is the head-to-head points difference. So when the teams have played each other during this regular season, it's what do they call it? Aggregate score, right? So what's the total between these two teams? That's why the game yesterday with the Aztecs
and the Warriors
and the Warriors, if the Warriors had lost that game by 4 points or more, then they would have been the second ranked team in the division, right? Based on that logic. Obviously, they didn't. A completely different story, but
they pulled their pants down. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So then the next one. So let's say they head to head, and they either had two draws or it was a won and a loss with both the same. The points different. So again, it's points different. Doesn't matter about how many points are scored. The difference in the points was the same, and it ends up neutralizing itself, right? It then goes to the lowest average points conceded across the entire season, not including walkovers. So it's not about how many points you score; it's about how many points you don't concede.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and they do the average because then that's fair. Because obviously, if one team plays 8 games and another plays 9 because of walkovers, it's still based on the time you spent on the field on average. How often do you get scored on, and how much is that? Right. So that's that one. Again, if that is still a tie, it goes down to best win percentage in away games, excluding walkovers again. So basically take away your home record and look at the win percentage of just the away games that season.
Right. Okay.
You both are frowning, but does that make sense? Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, it does.
So these were all revised probably a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, because they used to be based on like winning, win percentages overall, and win percentages, and points scored, and so people were racking up points against like shit teams, and that's where the mercy rule came in, and that's so now it's bit based on points conceded, win percentage away. So it's technically the same metric as the first one, but taking away the home games, right? And then if after reviewing those, it's still a tie, they go to the disciplinary record based on players ejected. The team that has the most players ejected,
Such a fucking joke.
I say, is the one that ranks higher. So that's that, and that was brought in. That never used to be there. So it was like a discipline based thing. And then if after all of that, it's still so we've gone through 5 rungs here, right? After all of those 5 different things, there's still, which I think is such a tiny percentage likelihood, still tied. It's a coin toss. So a BAFA official will do a coin toss, recorded, and all that sort of stuff. I'm not answering that. I'll go on for ages. You guys can deal with that. So there's one more thing.
That's why I put it up. I was like, is he going to take the bait?
Yeah, no. So there's one more thing. So that's the logic and how it rolls down. But what you're typically talking about there is 2 teams against each other, right?
Simon, me and Micah will talk about this.
Sorry?
I was just saying, me and Micah will talk about this.
So when there's a 3-way tie or more, teams follow the same process until a team is separated. The tiebreakers will then restart and remain, and the remaining teams. Sorry, let me read that again, because I've written this and I don't know how I've written it. It seems written poorly. The above process until a team is separated, the tiebreakers will then restart. Yeah, so it will go through those, like the head-to-head, and everything. It will look for everyone's, and if they can't be as soon as one can be separated out, they actually then restart the process from step 1 with the remaining teams, until the tie separated out. So whereas in Uniball they create a mini league, and then it gets messy.
Okay, so we won't have that problem in the Prem. Cool, so that's okay. No. We won't have that problem in Division 1. Maybe in Division 1 North. Actually, that's a lie. Maybe in that division.
Div 1,
maybe.
Yeah, Div 1 North,
because you've got to factor in Scotland
and East. They're pretty tight. They're pretty tight divisions.
Yeah. So I get the understanding of it, but I doubt was the head-to-head.
I can't really see much happening apart from maybe.
No, that's where it goes.
That's
typically where it stops. Is head-to-head. But yeah, if it did even out at head-to-head, you're then looking at lowest average points conceded. So whoever's conceded the fewest points overall per game takes the tiebreaker. That's it. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. So enjoy the reaction from it, and especially the people are pissed off about this Div 2 taking away wild card. I think people are saying it makes sense, it's logical, but why now? Why are you talking about it now? Why not right at the beginning of the season or whatever? So that's the thing that people. But I think I don't like. I don't care. I do care about that element. I think it's a valid point. It's the same point that the from that gender policy that people are making was that you didn't consult with us, sort of drop this on us. Why not wait a year? People have already registered, so it's that sort of like making these decisions, which probably takes them a long time to make, and then it's the execution of that and the rollout of it that's just like quick fire.
It always feels like whenever they come to these decisions, they should be saying like starting. So, for example, if they were doing an announcement for this, they should be saying starting at the commencement of the 2025 season. This rule is what will be put in place. Like,
but then they'd argue back that you've now got 17 teams, and there's 12 go into the playoffs, and some of those are just going to be shite, right? And they're not going to want to travel, and and they'll probably forfeit. So,
no, I mean,
I can see,
even with that, it's going to happen anyway, though. Like,
yeah. But yeah, I get that people are focusing on this whole Bathurst execution piece, but I think there's a bigger picture here of like fucking Div 2 shrinking. That's what I put in the caption. Div 2 shrinking, and this is an adjustment to that, which is almost like you're treating the symptoms and not the cause, right? Like it shouldn't be that we just go, oh, okay, yeah, we'll just reduce that down. That solves that problem. That doesn't solve that problem. The problem is there's not enough fucking teams in Div 2 anymore. Yes, we've raised the standards. That's a good thing, with like the minimum number of players and all that. But I think the game, it's this thing we've been talking about for a number of years now. Is there's a lot of teams folding, people not wanting to get back into the sport, and it's really impacting Div 2. We're seeing it now.
We spoke about it on Sunday. And I did. To be fair,
it was yesterday.
Oh yeah, it was yesterday. Jesus Christ, yeah. Wow. Anyway, I don't really see a bad way about it. I said it yesterday. If players really want to play, then they're gonna find a way to play for another team. That's just the way that it happens. Something disappears. People will find another way to play another game. That's what will always happen. So, if yesterday was very long,
was fucking long, man. I'm still recovering.
There was a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
But again, like if people really want to play, they will find somewhere to play. And sometimes when you see some games, you're like, are you really at a good level? Like, do you try to keep yourself fit to play this heavy game that you batter your body for? Like, I get it, but I feel that less teams will potentially get everything better. And unfortunately, if it's Division 2 that has to be sacrificed at the start before everything can get better, unfortunately, that's what's gonna have to happen, isn't it? Because people aren't gonna want to travel to Cornwall and have a really.
There's no playoff games in Cornwall, mate. Cornwall's not winning a normal fucking game. They're not getting a playoff game. There is no fucking playoff football in Cornwall.
But you get
wash your mouth out.
Right, I'm gonna leave you guys to it.
You get what I mean, though, yeah. So that's what I think. But yeah,
cool.
My main takeaway from that was, do you think Cornwall's getting a fucking playoff game? Just
no, that's that or whatever. Anyway,
bye, Steve.
I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.
Back to normal proceedings, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, to our regularly scheduled broadcast.
Yes. Now we usually start off where I've traveled to this weekend. I think a lot of people watch the stream themselves.
Matt, I tuned in for a little bit. Even I tuned in for a little bit.
Yeah. And I'm sure that I was caught on stream dancing, all sorts of madness with my camera in my hand because I caught some amazing shots. But yeah, the Warriors put the Aztecs in the pipe and smoked them hard. Very hard.
Yes. Should we jump? Right. Before we jump very much into that, we'll touch on a couple, because the whole restructuring is a very sort of, it's a very talked about subject, and it's something that everybody wants to sort of know about. Adam's right. We don't need to answer how would we fix Div 2. Simon, I would say this is an off-season question, because we will have shows where we will talk for fucking hours about how we would love to improve Britball, and it would start with Div 2.
We cannot do it now.
Ultimately, I would say there needs to be, like, I know Steve's talking about how it needs to be a pyramid, like, but I would say that there's a lot of teams in Div 2 that just don't need to fucking exist, and you could look at condensing. Same with Div 1. There'd be teams in Div 1 and Div 2 that can condense, and that would be my thing. It would be take the chaff out of it and look to condense in so Gary said that it's time to bring a national league for Prem toppers, aka so like the top 3 from each. So you.
But how's that? So you have all right. So you do let's say we do regionals, right? Let's say we do regionals. So you got what? Maybe the Newcastle area. So Newcastle.
No. So he wants to do a national league. So you would have Manchester. So if you The issue is the South has two good teams.
Yes. So
there's the third, like
the third team's there's never the same
South,
third team.
That was unfair of me to say. The South has sort of four, like the South has two very good teams.
Yeah.
Two good teams, and then Solent and the Blitz at the moment. Like Hertfordshire and Cambridge are like they would beat 90% of Britball. It's just the fact they get fucking clobbered by the Warriors and they would get clobbered by the Titans. So, but it's you'd put three teams from the North in, so you'd have a 5-man division because you would go the Warriors, Bristol,
yeah, Manchester,
Newcastle, Tamworth, Manchester.
I could see that, but the downside to that is the traveling.
Oh yeah,
if it's either you do that and the league would give the teams money to travel so that their travel is covered. Edinburgh, Newcastle, Manchester, Midlands. What would you class as Midlands?
This is a different thing. This is if you do national, you do regional national. So what it means is like you would have
Scott, but then isn't because no one.
Yeah. So the way that and this is what me and Steve talked about in the off season. I said that the best way to do it for Prem would be to do kind of like county. Think like county cricket, right?
I can see
where
that.
Or county rugby, where you would have teams in a specific area that would then feed into a representative team, and that representative team would come. So you would have one for the Southwest, and you would have one for the Midlands, and you have one for London, and you would have one for, and then it would be, where you're regionally based and things like that. And then you'd have one for fucking the Northwest, and then one for the Northeast, and then one for Scotland. And that would be your Prem competition would be Scotland versus the Northeast versus the Northwest versus the Midlands versus London versus the South Coast. And then everything else below that becomes like Div 1, and then you have like the little fucking, teams in Bournemouth and Portsmouth and Southampton feed into the South Coast Prem team, and then like you'd essentially you'd have two divisions. You wouldn't have Div 2. You wouldn't have.
But isn't that how 9? Isn't that how like 9v9 is for the women's?
I have no idea.
I like the idea, but at the same time, it's you would need money to back that, and for that to become an actual thing, games will need to be played on a Saturday because no one's going to want to be traveling up on a Sunday all the way up north from London. It's not it's shit. But then someone else did say, how would the championship work? I guess the top 4 teams would be in the playoffs. Like how it would be, but
and then so Jordan's mentioned National League with Premiership games on Saturday afternoon, evening, Div 1, Div 2 on Sunday. Imagine how many people would go top flight games. Yeah,
I don't think people would. I'm not as annoying as it is.
Saturday night, I'm not going to.
I don't think people would. I love the game, so I will travel around and watch football games because I love the game. I don't just love NFL. Let's just put it like that. People love the NFL, they don't love football. So people aren't going to.
I think what Jordan's mentioning is like a lot of people that weren't in the Prem would travel to watch Prem games before the game on a Sunday.
I still feel that Division 1 and Division 2 players won't go watch a Prem game. I sometimes feel that they won't do it. If they really wanted to watch a game, then Box Park would have been filled out last year.
So yeah, Nick agrees that it would turn it into a spectator sport and increase revenues for those teams. I think people would go on a Saturday. If you had a Prem game on a Saturday afternoon, it's just.
I don't. It's the same. It's the same way that we're going. We have Bucks weekend, right? We have BAFTA final weekend. We have 4 games that get played that day. We get 4 games that played on Saturday.
Yeah, they're always played on a weird fucking part of the country, though.
And it's in Coventry.
Nobody wants to go to fucking Coventry.
But that stadium is pretty well for American football. Yeah. Fair enough. But my problem is, if people really want to watch the game and really want to support the game, Box Park last year we had 3 great finals last year. The women's 9v9 between Birmingham Lions and the London Warriors.
Before you move on, just about the women's 9v9,
awesome.
Dave said it's not how it works for women's nines. It's just teams who can meet minimum players are in nines. So it's not area. Okay, it's just if you can field a team with enough players, you can play.
You can play. Fair enough. But yeah, like that game was fantastic. I'd say the Division 1 game was Newcastle technically choking in the second half, but Cheetahs made it interesting in the second half. And then you had the Warriors versus Titans game in the evening. They were great games, but not a lot of people came out to watch those games. Again, I feel that if people do have the choice, then they would. But again, not everyone wants to travel 2 games to watch.
Yeah.
So
Adam's agreed with me. He's going to travel to Coventry by choice his entire life, other than Britball. It's just Coventry's not really like. But I mean, I can tell you that there would be a lot more people that would go to games if they were on like a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I get that. But then
we need to.
Marching.
I mean, yes, that would be incredible.
We ain't got money. There's no money in the game to do that.
Yeah.
Unless someone wins the lottery and wants to give 10 mil to the league, well, take over the league and put 10 mil in it.
Yeah. That's the thing. You if it's your money, don't just give the money to Baffer because they'll fucking bungle it. Nick doesn't want to line Baffer's pockets any more than he already does, especially with travel to Coventry. He would, however, go watch his local Prem team on a Saturday. So, for example, if you lived in London, your Prem team was playing. Because the thing is, with the regionalisation of things, there becomes a little bit more. It's not patriotism, but there's a little bit more sort of like ownership around that. Like,
no.
I remember for me, I always used to go for like living back home. Whenever it was like provincial club rugby, like you wouldn't have to pay to go to the game. But whenever Wellington would travel to Canterbury, or like Otago would travel to Canterbury, Auckland come to Canterbury, I would always go to the game because like they are the guys that are out there. They're representing like my area, my region. So I'm like, I want to get out and support the boys. So it's like if you made it more regional, So Simon's just we would need a lot more officials, and they would need to be of a higher standard, like a much higher standard. But if you made it more regional, like you are the London team, and then you've got Manchester traveling down. Like it makes it a little bit more, or not even Manchester, like the Northwest traveling down. It makes it a little bit more like.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot to
because if you've got those feeder teams playing in as well, so you've got the London representative team, and then you've also got the teams that still play in London. So you're trying to get recognised so you can play for the London team. So then. You're going to go down and watch them because you're going to want to know who the coaches are and things like that, because you're going to want to be recognized and be on the radar for making that team.
Don't see what's wrong traveling on a Sunday morning. Some teams
training on a Sunday morning, watching a game on Sunday afternoon.
Some teams train at 12 p.m. and they finish at 2. The games start at 2, and sometimes games are not even close. So by the time you get there, the first half is probably done. And then you've wasted an hour traveling to a game for what? To leave, like
Well, that's the other thing. It's so community involvement for college. There's a lot to unpack, and I feel like this is definitely an off-season.
We got to do this on another stream.
An off-season topic. Should we jump straight into then the recap? Then we'll start. You were at the Warriors game, so we'll start at the top.
Yeah, the Warriors kind of took the Aztecs home, and they made the SGS ground their house.
It's pretty obvious what happened.
It was a great game. It was fucking fantastic.
Well, it was Father's Day, and Bristol was looking for a daddy.
Yes, a lot. To be fair, a lot of teams were looking for a dad yesterday, but Warriors definitely cemented that. They were Bristol's dad. They were the South Premiership's father.
Yeah, I think it felt personal. Like it felt like there's been too much chatter recently about Bristol and London, London and Bristol, and it kind of felt again because like recently, myself included, a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, the Warriors, they've gotten all these players from the Blitz, but they haven't really done much with them, and they're." The gap between them and Bristol is nice and close. Well, the gap between them and Bristol was not fucking close yesterday.
So again, like you at first when you're there, it felt like okay. The first 6 drives, you were like, "Oh, it's going to be real close game," especially when Bristol got that fumble and returned it, but didn't score on it.
You've got it, mate. Honestly, you've got to put up touchdown points on that.
So that alone, but then what kicked it off for the Warriors was that amazing catch by Joe Hamilton. That catch by Joe Hamilton over number 6. It hyped everybody up. That whole entire sideline was ready to go. And then I feel like that from that moment on, Warriors said, yeah, nah, this is our game. This is our division. We're being the number 1 seed. And whoever's at number 2 in the North, they're coming down to us. That's what it felt like for the rest of that game.
And now we're at a point. Now we're at a point where it's who is coming down? Is it Newcastle? Is it Tamworth?
Tamworth, because I was shocked to hear the result of the Tamworth Titans game. And he's gone. But when I heard it was 13-0 at halftime to Titans, and it's all right. And then I saw that it ended 19-14. There was a lot of questions that need answering because, wow, have Tamworth woken up? Have they just got everything in gear and ready to go? Because if Tamworth come down or Newcastle come down, at the moment Newcastle are top. They are currently 5-2. So shouldn't it? No,
this will be in response to the Warriors. But the thing is, who do you send out of Manchester and London as an EFL team?
It probably would be Warriors because London is the catchment area that they would want.
I get that, but what if Manchester goes 3 in a row? What if London's not the best team in the country?
I don't know. I really wouldn't be able to tell you because
I'm just asking the question.
I know. Look again. If they go three-peat, if Warriors come back and take their division and take their championship back again, ELF here, I don't think it will survive yet. I don't think it will be a good thing to have it yet. As much as I think everyone would rather have something to really watch that's high quality, it's gonna be it'll be tough for it to maintain. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. So Titans did go ahead and, like you said, they got the victory, 19 points to 14.
Boy, it was a shock. What happened? Was it Tamworth game?
So was it the Tamworth game? Been following for a long time. Very, very brand new team. The defense is brilliant. Offense still needs work.
I did see a pick 6 by Tamworth that got scored for a touchdown in the second half, from what I saw on Instagram. But I don't know how the other touchdown came through. But what happened? Did Titans just decide?
Dave, you are banned. You are banned. There's none of that.
Oh God. But yeah, like, what did Manchester decide to put on their backups, or
I don't know. Like, it's the thing is it's very easy for us to, when we see, and I am guilty of this, whenever we see a good team not perform in the way that we expect them to, and without having watched the game, the first thing that we do is we're like, oh, the backups,
but maybe not.
And I feel like that's a little bit disrespectful to, because I don't want to say they put backups in, and in fact I'll go so far as to say I don't think they put backups in, because this has been building from Tamworth for a while. Like, they beat Newcastle, like just last week.
26-24 last week.
Yeah, beat Newcastle.
So,
Obviously, when Newcastle played Manchester the first time, they ran them close. So this makes sense.
Yeah. So from what it's seeing, it looked like it was a great game.
Mate,
Defense for Tamworth scored twice, so
it stirs up playoffs so much.
Yes, although they would need to beat Newcastle, and then both teams could actually finish on the same record.
Yeah, so they've already beaten Newcastle once. They'll have to beat them again because they are a game back because they dropped. Who did they drop one to?
They lost to. I think they lost to Manchester twice. No,
I thought they dropped another
they
one.
They dropped to Tamworth and they dropped to Manchester. They haven't played. They haven't played.
No, I was meaning Tamworth.
Oh, Tamworth dropped to Edinburgh, I believe.
Did they? Did they drop the game to Edinburgh?
I think it was like week. Yeah, they lost to Edinburgh 14-12.
Okay, yeah. 4. Yeah, so that's the big one. The fact that they lost to Edinburgh.
So it's whoever comes down to the south out of Newcastle and Tamworth at the moment, that's where it looks like it's sitting at. If Tamworth, they're both going to lose, probably lose to Manchester. Tamworth have lost to them twice already. They've lost to.
Oh, that's the thing. They got belted by them first time round, and then they've been a tight loss this time round. So Newcastle does have the advantage. I mean, Newcastle plays Merseyside again next week.
So that's going to be another
next week or the week after.
40,
so yeah,
because they won this week 46-2.
Yeah.
So they do have that's where it will become very interesting because it looks like whoever will win that game, because Tamworth will probably lose to Manchester again unless they've played them twice already.
No, they've played them twice now.
They've played them twice already, so that's that. Yeah. Newcastle will probably lose to Manchester on the reverse. So which means,
I mean, you would assume so. Yeah.
You'd expect. We're going off of what we would expect to happen. And then it will come down to that Newcastle versus Tamworth game, and I believe that game will be in Coventry. So if Newcastle don't show up, then
so Newcastle at this moment, you would assume they'll be going into the Tamworth game at 8 and.
When are they playing Tamworth? When are they playing Tamworth next?
They'll be. I think they play Tamworth at the end of the season, so they'll be going in. At 7-2.
Tamworth's their last game.
Yeah, so they'll be going into that. You'd assume they'll be going to that 7-2.
Yeah.
Or no, not 7-2 because Newcastle.
6
no, it would be. Yeah, Tamworth already beat them, so they've got a Manchester. So they'll be 6 and 3. 6 and 3. 6 and 3. 6 and 3. Yeah, I was like, wait. Because they've already lost. They lost to Tamworth once, and they've lost to Manchester. Yeah, they've got another fixture against Manchester to come. So that's the 3 losses. Then they've also got Merseyside. That gives them their 6th win. So they'll be 6 and 3 going into the Tamworth game. Tamworth themselves. They
would need to. They've played Manchester twice. They've lost already.
Yeah, so they've got EKP and they've got Tamworth. Edinburgh in the next 2 games.
Yes.
You would assume they'd win both of those?
Yes, you would. So that's
that takes them to 5 and 3. Then they have still got I think they've got another Merseyside game.
Believe they should. Hold on, let me have a quick look.
Because I think they've still got to play Merseyside again. So that would put them at 6 and 3 as well.
Yeah, so they've got East Kilbride, Edinburgh,
and then
Newcastle and East Kilbride.
So they got EKP twice. They got EKP twice. Right.
EKP is the last game of the season.
All right.
Newcastle's before that.
Okay. So Newcastle will go into the Tamworth game 6 and 3. Tamworth will go into it at 5 and 3. You would assume.
Yes. Exactly.
I mean, for Tamworth, they have to beat them again. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, and that is Newcastle's last game.
Yeah. So for Tamworth, they have to beat them again if they want a shot at playoffs. That's all there is to it. They cannot lose to Newcastle. They have to beat them again if they want a shot at playoffs. But then by beating them, and based on the rules that we just learned from Steve, they'll go through. Like it'll be a tied record, but they'll go through, provided obviously they beat EKP twice and beat Edinburgh. But they'll go through because they'll have the double head to head over Newcastle. Yeah. And then they get to travel, and then Tamworth gets to travel to London and get the shit kicked out of them.
But their record will also be better, so it wouldn't even matter about their head-to-head.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because they'll be 7-3 as opposed to Newcastle, who'll be 6-4. Yeah, you're right.
Again, it comes down to that.
It's a win and in. It's a win and in. Like obviously they've got to take care of the two Scottish teams in the build up to it, but So that's the thing. Tamworth win, they can still lose one more game as they'll both have 4 losses. So Tamworth can drop a game to EKP or to Edinburgh.
They can't,
but they have to beat Newcastle.
Yeah. So
if they don't beat Newcastle,
Newcastle's traveling down south.
Yeah, Newcastle goes to London.
So yeah, either way, it's not going to be a fun. I don't think it won't be a fun day down south than traveling down, because that long travel alone is a killer.
It doesn't matter. Honestly, the travel doesn't matter, like in terms of this game, because no offense to Newcastle.
Warriors are going to run all over them.
Yeah. No offense.
It is what it is.
They're not in the same class. They are a tier down.
Warriors and Titans are a tier above everybody else, and I think it's going to be like that for a very, very long time.
And we're not really touching. I fucking knew someone was going to bring this up. Cornwall beat Berkshire at home by 15 or more and beat Sussex at home, and Berks lose to Ipswich. Cornwall's in the playoffs. The moment I went and checked, because I hadn't seen the and we'll get to it. I hadn't seen the fucking Swindon Cornwall score.
I don't know.
The moment I saw Cornwall win, I was like, I am fucking in for it.
So we both lost it. Oh right.
Yeah. But we haven't really touched on the
other Prem games.
Vikings. Yeah, well, we haven't really touched on the Vikings Merseyside game because we don't need to.
No, that was expected.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But we do. Let's go to the Cambridge Cats and Hertfordshire Cheetah game.
Yes,
because we can leave the other game after that. So from what I heard, it was 28-0 at halftime to the Cats.
God damn. Which is, I mean, the fact you only win 34-21,
yeah.
There we go. Game of 2 halves. Cats dominated in the first. Cheetahs stage. They come back in the second. Think both teams are missing people and both took time to get established. I mean, yeah. So there we go. 28-0 at halftime. 28-21 at
Jeez, what the?
Look, Hertfordshire has done what they needed to do. They've finished above Solent. They've stayed up.
And they stayed above Blitz, so they've got a good spot in the 4th place. They won't. Have they got to play Cheetahs Cats?
It may have been a prem game. Merseyside is not a prem team.
No, but yeah. But again, that sounded like it was a great game. To be fair, Cheetahs, as usual, as I expect, they're a second half team. They always somehow show up in the second half, which I don't understand.
Slow and then.
So, there we go, Martin. They've always been a second half team. It's weird. Like, you can get absolutely dominated in the first half, and then second half, you decide to put things together. It's a tad bit odd. But
it's a big one. We've got a big one coming up this week. The Cats get to play the reeling Aztecs. Now the Aztecs are at home, and they've just had the shit kicked out of them at their home field.
Yeah.
Do we see a bounce back for a vengeance? Well, and we've just been told the Cats play the Cheetahs again on August 4th at the Cheetahs. And Hertfordshire have Solent this week, so a nice little practice game for them, just to heal up from injuries and work on your plays for the reverse fixture against the Cats again.
But I'm surprised by the scoreline, especially as I heard what it was at halftime. But good on the Cheetahs on showing up.
Speaking of Solent, London Blitz 32, Solent Thrashers 10.
Just wave for a sec.
That is mathematical elimination now as well. We all knew at the beginning of the year they were probably getting eliminated, but it's now been confirmed.
Yes,
Solent will be going down to Div 1.
They'll be Not surprised.
You were about to say they'll be replaced, but I don't know who was going to replace them.
It's like the toughest division is the division with Olympians, Mavericks. Who else is in that division? I can't remember.
Exiles, Mavericks, O's, Blitz B.
Yeah, So that again, out the division ones in the south, I think that's probably going to be the hardest. But then you got
no. So there's three. That's the thing. You've got three contenders. You've got the Mavericks, you've got Rushmore, and you've got the Apache. That's it. All three are undefeated.
True. That is true. They are all undefeated, aren't they?
All three are undefeated. All three are. And if you're looking at past results, the Mavericks look like the weakest of the bunch.
But then saying that it's basically, are they not playing in the hard division?
I don't know.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Now you've got Oxford Saints, London Hornets, who can just about fill the team. You've got Portsmouth Dreadnoughts, who okay. And then you've got Wembley Stallions, who are hit and miss at most with their offense and defense to bear the side. So Rushmore itself, they have enough players to.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got the Mavericks. Have got the Norwich Devils. They got Blitz B. I mean, Exiles are a frisky team, but they're not a good team.
No, but they're probably a bit more friskier than you would get with the Portsmouth Dreadnoughts.
Maybe.
So
the thing is, once you get past the top team in those three divisions, there's not really
there isn't much options other than that. Like, are you high odds? What?
Always, absolutely always. I have to get massively baked before each one of these shows. Mav's going up to the Prem South. Micah's Pineapple going to be switched on if it happens.
Let's just forget about the pineapple because I don't understand why everyone's so obsessed with that.
Mavs are the better unbeaten team. I don't know. Like it's just like I look at them, 20 to 10 over the Olympians, and I'm like, should you not have done better? Like,
but then when you sit there, no offense to the Apache, but who the hell did the Apache really have to play? Who do they actually have to play?
I mean, at the South Wales Warriors, apparently they're 4-2.
Well, it's one of those ones where you look at it, you're just like, are the divisions really that difficult?
That's the thing. I don't think any three of these divisions matter a damn. Like the team that finishes second in these three NFC 1 divisions is not beating whichever playoff team they draw.
No. So, but no. So. Vanguard and
there is a massive drop off from the top 3 Div 1 South teams to the next 3 Div 1 South teams.
It's just like how there's a massive drop off from the Warriors and Titans to everybody else in the Prem. So it's just the same model in the Division 1. So
So it's where would you put Solent amongst these guys?
Solent, I probably think they'll get
because obviously Solent's coming down.
I'd put them probably the middle of the pack, like bottom half of the middle of the pack. I don't know if they retain their players, but I don't see. I don't know. No.
Because you've got the Apache averaging 30 points a game. You've got Rushmore averaging Jesus, this is going to test my maths. 35, and then you've got East Kent averaging 20 points a game.
Yeah. I get you. I get where you're going with it. But Rushmore have also let in 90 points. Cool.
That was, and we'll talk about that. We will talk about that.
The Apache have. Oh, wow,
right.
Yeah.
Let's go to Scotland because we'll get to SFC 1 North. SFC 1 very very shortly. Let's go to Scotland. Did I write your pick down wrong last week?
What was my pick last week?
So the Stags and Goliaths. Did the Cat Jar pick the Goliaths and you pick the Stags, or did the cat
No.
jar pick the Stags and you picked the
I went
Goliath?
with the same with you. I went with Goliath on that one.
I don't know who the cat jar picked on that one. Apparently, I've written down Goliaths.
I think we both went Goliath on that one. We both went Goliath on that. We both ended up having Goliath on that one.
I didn't think you picked the Stags. I didn't think you picked the Stags, but I wrote down that you picked the Stags, and then it got put out in the thing that you picked the Stags, and I was like, wait, when did fucking Micah pick the Stags?
Not at all.
Yeah, I didn't think you did either. Inverclyde, good win.
Yeah, great win. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And I think we split the second one.
28-19. Yeah, the cat jar picked the Blackhawks, and they won.
I tried to be slick. I think.
Slick. Well, the Tigers were looking good, but and the people that were commenting in from Scotland were like, "Oh, the Tigers are going to win this one." Yeah. Nope.
They're doing wonderful things.
Inverclyde Goliaths 28, Highland Stags 19, Clyde Valley Blackhawks 32, Glasgow Tigers 17. So there we go. Russell's just told us we both picked the Goliaths.
Yeah.
Scotland is looking like Scotland. Do we? Okay, the big question is, because one of these teams is going to be, like Inverclyde is going to be a playoff team.
Yes.
They are. They're 5-1. Inverclyde is going to be a playoff team. Where do they stack up against Yorkshire, Scunthorpe?
Oh, they're out first round. They're out. Whoever they face.
Well, no, because the thing is, they'll get a bye. Oh, not a bye. Sorry, they'll get they will get a lower seeded team because right now Nottingham's going to go undefeated, right?
Yes. Right. Yeah. Okay.
In the other division with Yorkshire, Scunthorpe, Sheffield, Chester, they all keep beating each other all the fucking time.
Yes.
So Inverclyde is probably going to end up with the 2 seed.
They will end up with the 2 seeds.
So they'll get a bye.
No, if they... Yeah, that could possibly happen, couldn't it?
What do you mean possibly happen? They're gonna get a bye.
But the thing is, even if they get a bye, whoever they face next is not going to be an easy team. So it's just going to end up in the exact same.
And that's why I want to know, where do they stack up against? So I'm not going to say Nottingham because I still think that this division, the whole of NFC 1 is a foregone conclusion. Nottingham is winning it.
Yeah.
But Yorkshire, Scunthorpe, Sheffield, I don't know who the fuck's winning out of these guys. Like, it's
to be fair, I don't know because
I mean they all had that whole division had a bye this week. NFC 1 North had a bye. Nobody played. Yeah. Nobody played.
And all teams have 4 teams have 3 wins.
That's the thing. Like there's 4 teams with 3 wins, but like so for example, Yorkshire has only played 4 games. So yeah, Inverclyde is getting a bye. They're a one-loss team. They're a one-loss team, and they've looked comfortable enough that they shouldn't drop another game.
No, but the only thing is if Yorkshire.
Well, they've got to play Clyde. They've got to play Clyde Valley.
Yeah, that's actually ridiculously difficult.
They've got Inverclyde have the Stags next in 2 weeks.
Oh,
so that should be another win for Inverclyde.
Yes,
and then they play the Tigers in the middle of July. So they should
finish what?
Finish 7-1.
Yeah.
At which point they will get a bye. They will get a bye.
Unless Yorkshire Rams go on a run and don't lose another game. Then they could get the bye because they'll probably have a better. True.
But I mean, the thing is, even
if
the Rams go on a good run, I still think the other teams could score enough points. I think the Rams drop at least 1 game in that division, 1 more, so they'll probably finish with the 3 seed. Yeah, but that means someone is trapped because not only do they get a bye, someone has to travel to Scotland for a playoff game.
Oh, I don't know, Lord, yeah, I forgot about that.
So that's the thing. Like when I say how do they stack up, like you've possibly got a team having to go from Leeds to Scotland, or Scunthorpe to Scotland, or Chester, or fucking like any one of these teams.
They travelled up Saturday. Obviously, that's
what Shropshire. You've got to go from Shropshire to Scotland.
You got to do what you got to do if you want to stay in the playoffs. So
that's the thing.
Teams, isn't it?
I have no. Yeah, the only team happy to travel to Scotland will be Scunthorpe. I think they've already done it. Yeah. I don't think there's like I have no mercy for teams that forfeit games in the regular season. I think if you forfeit a fucking playoff game, your club should be disbanded for all time. If you forfeit a playoff game, your club is done. The name is struck from the fucking records. Your players are fucking thrown out to the wind and they can go find home somewhere else. You should never be able to play another game as that club again.
You can't
forfeit a playoff game.
You can't forfeit a playoff game. You forfeit a playoff game, you basically just said to the whole entire league, fuck you. You've literally just told the league to fuck you because
I don't care about travel costs.
Messed everything up.
Yeah, I don't care about travel costs. I don't care about anything else. Like you have played this entire season to make the fucking playoffs. And right? That's your whole point has been to make the playoffs and to try win. If you forfeit a playoff game, your team should be done. That's it. Just you don't fucking exist anymore.
I agree with you. I 100% agree with you on that one.
Your jerseys get set fire to, like everything. Everything is just gone. Right. For some reason, I'm very worked up about that. Tigers, Blackhawks. You take your first loss of the week as you pick the Tigers. And the Cat Jar comes through undefeated again on a 2-0 week. Bro, the Cat Jar is 7-1.
That shit is stupid, but hey, it is what it is.
And obviously the Caesars had another win.
Yep, not surprised. Oh, so have you watched the highlight video yet? So there's obviously the highlight video of the game, and it looked good. It looked good. So the Caesars, they had in total, they had 248 passing yards. 35. Let me see.
Joseph, with all due respect, I don't give a fuck that you think it's bullshit. If you forfeit a playoff game, your team is done. Carry on.
Yeah. So we had 34 attempts in passing with 22 completions.
Not bad.
We had 218 yards on the ground with 30 attempts.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Caesars are on point, and the leading receiver for the Caesars on Sunday was James Marshall with 8 targets, 7 receptions for 74 yards, and 1 touchdown with a long receiving of 20 yards. Like, Caesars are a different level.
Caesars are a Prem team. The Caesars are a Prem team. They are a Prem team playing in Div 1. Caesars had touchdown drives of 95, 90, and 81 yards. Yeah, they are 100%. They've conceded 11 points at this point in time.
Yeah, it's nuts.
They are a premiership team in Div 1 at the moment, and they are in their warm-up season to go up against Manchester and Tamworth and I would say the moment they get into the Prem next year,
it'll be the second best team. I was going
to say they'll be that you wouldn't slot them any lower than 4th. They would be somewhere between, I would, no offense, but I would put them above both Scottish teams because obviously Merseyside's coming down. That leaves EKP and Edinburgh at the bottom. I would slot them in somewhere between Newcastle, Tamworth, and Nottingham.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
And I would have to wait to see the games played before I actually said who was better. Like you would give the edge to Newcastle and Tamworth because exactly the teams that are there, but they are just better than everybody else in Div 1.
Yeah, they're wild, 100%.
Yeah, they are crazy good.
But it does look like North fans are obviously slowing down a bit as well.
I mean, are they? They just played Nottingham. I don't hold this against.
I don't hold it against them at the same time, but they also
final score was 31-3. If we didn't say that, sorry. Nottingham 31, Northants 3.
Apologies on that one, but yeah, I don't know that they lost to Birmingham last week. They lost to Birmingham their last game, 21-14. So
I mean, we say they're slowing down, but they've only won 2 games all season. And one of those was against Leicester. So it's it's. Do you really say that they're slowing down? I don't know if they've. I don't know if they ever really sped up to slow down.
I guess so.
It just kind of feels like once you get past. Sorry, go.
Maybe I was jumping a bit. Maybe I looked. Maybe I thought they played a lot better than I thought they did.
It was because they had a good win against Leicester recently.
Where that happened, but yeah. fair enough. Yeah, that makes
no. So they had. I remember they had a good win early on in the season. I think they beat Shropshire.
And they beat Birmingham 21-0. And then they beat Birmingham 21-0. Second game of the season.
Then they must have won 3 games.
No, they've lost every other game ever since then.
But they beat Leicester.
They haven't played Leicester yet.
Oh no, Shropshire played. Shropshire. Sorry. Shropshire played Leicester. I was like, wait, no, they beat. No.
Leicester. They haven't played Leicester yet. Leicester's their last 2 games.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, I'm miles away. They beat Shropshire first week, and then they beat Birmingham, and then
ever since then it's just been
yeah.
So I don't know.
Preseason hype,
probably.
Yeah, I mean, highly possible. I mean, it's not like they did a lot last season though to deserve preseason hype. Aaron's just said NFC 1 North can still all finish 4-4.
They can all still make playoffs.
Well, they all have a shot at playoffs. Yeah. But they can't all make playoffs. But yes.
No, obviously not. But it's ridiculous.
Right, moving out of the Midlands, it's
Central.
Yeah. Well, we were in AFC 1 Midlands. We're off to SFC now. We're heading down south.
Yep, let's go. SFC Central. Wembley Stallions 14, London Hornets 8.
So North Answers 3-4. Yeah, I don't think League Republic has given them a game that they're supposed to have. I was looking at this. I thought
they're classed as 2-4 on public.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think they're missing. I think they're missing a game.
No, they've played Shropshire, Birmingham, not Caesars. Then they played Shropshire again where they lost 13-6. Then they played Birmingham Bulls where they lost 21-14, and then they lost to the Caesars again 31-3. So where does the 3-4 come from? Where's the third win come from?
Because there's another game that hasn't been logged, is what I'm saying.
Oh shit, the Leicester Panthers. Yeah, they did play Leicester Panthers. Yeah.
See, I fucking knew I wasn't going mad. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I knew I wasn't. I knew they played Leicester last week and beat them.
But explain to me, why has a game that played this week has been updated than the game last week?
You fucking gaslighting me, Micah. I fucking knew they played Leicester last week.
It's what I do, innit? I get now.
I knew it.
All right, you got it right.
I'm sorry.
Okay, they're 3-4. I guess they got 1 game left to play, which is Leicester. Fair enough. But anyway, back to normal back to normal broadcasting situation.
SFC 1 Central.
Wembley Stallions 14, London Hornets 8.
Like, cool.
Yeah.
Good. Like, Wembley is like the most underwhelming, like, one-loss team.
They are. They have such a big ass roster, right? They have 50 plus on their team, and again, they struggle to beat a team that probably has like 23 players.
It's not. It's like it blows my mind because like they fucking destroyed Portsmouth when they played them early on. They beat them 37-21. Portsmouth walked all over like the Hornets. The Hornets just gave up against Rushmore. Well, like, nah, we're not doing that one. and then they come out and it's like
they struggle to beat them now. Like it doesn't. I just don't get it.
They are the most underwhelming, like 4-1 team, like one lost team. It just blows my mind.
It's like, weird, but yeah, cool. That's all I can say is cool because I got nothing else to say to this.
No doubt.
But we can talk about the next game. Rushmore Knights 69, Oxford Saints 6. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was
you want to start?
Yeah. I think it's a sort of a disappointment from Rushmore Knights. I expected better, and yeah, that was underwhelming.
How the fuck do you concede to Oxford?
Oxford scored 18 on them the first time round.
Like, how the fuck do you concede to Oxford? Like, and the thing is, like, for Rushmore, right? They're cruising their division. They've got
that division
like they're all locked in and everything like that. But like for hyperbole, they don't give a fuck about who they're playing in their division. That's not what matters. It's all locked on playoffs, right?
Yes.
You're looking at playoffs and you're like, right, who do I have to beat? Like if I want to make Prem, who do I have to beat?
Yeah.
You've got to beat Wembley or you've got to beat Bristol. Not Wembley, sorry, East Kent. You've got to beat East Kent, you've got to beat Bristol. One of the two, or maybe even both. East Kent's averaging 20 points a game. Bristol's averaging 30 points a game. But the thing is, it's like, even if you beat them, like you beat these two teams, you make Prem. Well done. You're not beating fucking Nottingham. If you're allowing points to Oxford, you're allowing points to Oxford.
Say it one more time.
How the fuck are you beating Nottingham? Like cool. You're the best. You're the best team. You're the best team in the South, and you got a giant fucking like glove worn up you when you went on the road to play in the national title.
Do you want me to? All right. So hold up. Let's tick out. So obviously they got the walkover against Hornets, right? So I forgot about that. So let's.
Well, that's a 1-0.
Yeah.
That's a 1-0.
Yeah. So that division, they've played. Who they really played? Who they really played that would give them a challenge?
Nobody in their division.
And who in that division? And what makes it worse is that they've allowed more points against them than the Stallions, and
they've played more. Yeah, but they've played more games. They've played the most games in their division.
Oh, they played 7. Yeah, all right,
that's the thing. That's the thing. Based on like an average, like a points per game sort of thing. They're not in a bad position.
No.
But 24 of those 90 that they've allowed to Oxford. Like
that's true. Actually, shit. Yeah.
Like this is a Div 2 team.
24 points Oxford have scored against them to potentially make them. Yeah.
When were the points conceded, though? It's better to get a shut up with only starting players, playing extended points, giving depth, valuable experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So Aaron said only 6 because one was a walkover. That's right. He's correct. They've played 6 games. One was a walkover.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care. Like I heard apparently it was a new transfer that gave up a blown coverage on a touchdown. That new transfer, bruh, you got cooked by someone who plays for Oxford.
Who? Wait, I just saw a message that I need to say. I've just heard from a Rushmore player that Nottingham, easy win. Oh, okay.
In the grand, we talk about Nottingham being a Prem team in Div 1. Rushmore kind of feels like a Div 1 team playing at being Prem.
Yeah,
like it's. I could easily see the world where Rushmore goes up next year and comes straight back down.
And they come back down
because you're giving up 24 points to Oxford. Like Cambridgeshire is going to walk all over you. Hertfordshire is going to walk all over you. Like you're gonna give up fucking 90 to the Warriors. Like,
yeah,
it's just. I mean, it is what it is, but like. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I like that one.
Nottingham have conceded less points this season than Rushmore conceded to Oxford in one game. That's the thing. They gave up 18 in one game. No, so it's not a competition. It's not. It's
it's not a competition at all.
Well done, Rushmore. You've probably won the Prem South, got promotion. You finished second in the national division. Like you are the second best team in Div 1. It's like being the governor of Alaska.
Haterade hitting hard tonight. No, it's not haterade. It's looking at who they played against.
It's reality bombs, John. We're just not. It's you say we've got haterade. You say we've got haterade. I say you guys are running your practices full of copium. Like it's just hopium and copium is what they're feeding on the sidelines at the moment.
Yeah, and it will all depend on. Let's see what happens because playoffs are around the corner. It'll be fun to see. I won't be at the game to watch it, but I'll be happy to hear. Might go up north, but Anyway, NFC 1 East. So I think this was the game that we both split on again as well. London Olympians versus East Kent Mavericks.
We both took the Mavericks.
Oh, I thought you took Olympians. Oh
no,
okay.
God no. I took the O's over the Exiles. I was not taking the O's over the Mavericks.
East Kent Mavericks 20, London Olympians 10. I think this sort of secures the first round bye for East Kent Mavericks.
Yeah.
I think it turned out to be not a comfortable win, but a much necessary big win for them. Rude.
That's the thing. He's talking about me, where I said with confidence, I said I took the O's over the XLs, but I wouldn't dream of taking the O's over the Mavericks. So the XLs were catching strays.
Yes.
Which is fair.
It is, but I think we both expected this. I've expected East Kent to be in the finals against Nottingham. I
was gonna say you called it from pre-season. You were saying East Kent's the best team in the South. They're going to be who plays Nottingham in the final, in the national final. So, I think I'm even after I went on my haterade tirade, I think I'm probably still more in the Rushmore camp. Yeah, for the South, I think they'll earn Prem promotion.
I just think that they'll be traveling to East Kent though. I think they will.
No, because what is it? It's head to head, which doesn't count.
Then points against.
Points against, yeah. So yeah, they'll have to go to East Kent, but they won't play East Kent until the national final.
Yeah,
one of them will have to go through Bristol
until playoff. Bristol. So, Bristol have the best.
No. When I say through Bristol, I don't necessarily mean travel to Bristol. I mean one of them will have to play Bristol. Well, at the moment, actually, Bristol's probably looking like to get the 1 seed.
Yeah.
1 seed.
Yeah.
So Bristol's going to be the 1 seed. East Kent's going to be the 2, and that puts Rushmore at the 3 seed.
Yeah.
Which means East Kent, Bristol get the bye. And then Rushmore, so Rushmore have got to play a regular old wild card.
Or
could be South Wales. Like whoever it is, it's not going to matter. They'll beat them.
Sure.
They will beat whoever's put in front of them, because the 3 teams that are we said this like an hour ago, the 3 teams that sit atop at SFC 1 are much better than the teams that are next way down. You lot won, but it wasn't like work. I'm assuming that's talking about O's and East Kent.
He is an Olympians player. He went back to Olympians.
So seating as it stands: Apache 1, EKM 2, Rushmore 3,
London O's 4, Wembley 5,
O's 4, Wembley's 5, South Wales. So it'll be Apache and East Kent get the bye. Rushmore plays South Wales.
South Wales. O's versus
and O's play Wembley.
Oh God, some shit games. Oh Lord.
Rushmore dog walk South Wales. O's versus Wembley. I mean, if we've just seen what Wembley did against the Hornets, I'd say the O's.
Oh God, I don't think I will see Wembley Stallions in the Prem anytime soon. To be honest,
who do we think the Revs will play in the playoffs?
Oh, we don't.
Because Revs were.
Revs are second in the Midlands.
Yeah, second in the Midlands. But so Inverclyde will get a bye. Nottingham gets a bye.
Revs will be 4th, because I think.
Well, it depends on what happens with the North.
Yeah,
the North is such a fucking wild card at the moment, because there's 4 teams on 3 wins. So then the Revs will end up playing a team from NFC 1 North, essentially.
I just saw a very disgusting statement that someone decided to make, and no,
we go into the Olympians. He means the game, not to play.
Yeah, I know. No, hell no.
There will definitely be other playoff football on at that time. Would you rather go to Rushmore or South Wales? Yeah.
Yeah.
The issue with picking who the Revs are going to play is NFC 1 North is anybody's fucking division at this point in time, because Yorkshire, Scunthorpe, Sheffield, and Chester all have 3 wins. Obviously, Sheffield and Chester will have to turn their seasons around, because they're 3-3, as opposed to Scunthorpe, who's 3-2, and Yorkshire is 3-1. But
it's possible.
I think Shropshire has to play a team from NFC 1 North, and I think that'll be a hell of a game.
Yeah.
Whoever they play.
And Shropshire are doing it right, because this is their second playoff appearance.
Yeah.
So back to back.
So Mavs beat the O's, expected. no matter what Bass says, reckons it wasn't light work. Don't know, wasn't at the game, didn't see the game. But Mavs won and continue to win in that division.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you're the O's, like you wouldn't have like O's would have gone to that game thinking they could win, whether that's the right or the wrong, realistic mindset. Like you should always go into a game thinking you can win.
Yeah, of course.
But whether that's a reality or not, it doesn't really matter. But the rest of the division, they'll be looking at that going, we can beat the rest of our division, we can secure a playoff spot.
I think it'll be easy for Olympians to finish second in that division.
Yeah.
As crazy as it is, unless because I don't know if they played East Kent. They played Kent twice already. Let me actually have a quick look. They have played. No, they played Exiles twice, and I don't see anyone else being a challenge. The Blitz B are going downhill after they just got whooped by Kent Exiles 35-6.
Yes.
I don't know what's going on there.
Blitz B will beat Norwich, and that's probably about it.
That's wild. Yeah.
So there we go. O's only have Blitz B twice left, so you would assume the O's will come. You'd assume the O's will come away with. Yeah.
8. What is it? 8 and.
Would put them at 6 and 2. 6 and 2.
6 and 2.
Yeah. So, firmly locks them into probably third place. For what it's worth, number 1 is Notts, Inverclyde is 2, Rahams are 3, 4 is Shropshire, 5 is Scunthorpe, 6 is Glasgow.
So Shropshire versus Scunthorpe and Rams versus Glasgow.
Yeah, Rams play Glasgow.
At this moment.
Shropshire versus Scunthorpe would be a hell of a game. That would be a hell of a game.
That would actually.
I think the Rams would handle Glasgow quite comfortably.
Yeah, especially as they got to travel, and I don't know if Glasgow will travel well, so that would be very interesting. So,
O's have Blitz B twice. O's should beat Blitz B twice. They should easily come away 6 and 2, make the playoffs. Then they have to get through. You would assume. Wait, we had it before. Damn it, where's your comment? Here we go. They go through Wembley. I think they'd beat Wembley, and then they would end up playing one of Bristol, East Kent, or Rushmore.
They'll travel. They'll probably
no, they'd end up playing one of East Kent or Bristol. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll travel to Bristol.
Does it not does it reseed?
If it was to stay like no, it doesn't reseed. Oh wait, yeah, shit, it doesn't reseed. Oh shit, hold up. I think I've got this planted out. Okay, so it would be 3 and 6 would play 1.
3 and 6 play 1. Okay.
So South Wales or Rushmore will play Apache, and then Rushmore and Olympians they will play EKM.
Yeah. So apart from Notts at 1, everything can change in terms of North. So Cadle said you're giving the O's too much respect. They're the 6th seed. Well, they you might think they're the 6th seed. You might think they're the 6th seed, but they're not because they'll finish 6 and 2. They'll lock in. The thing is, it's like
when
I'm assuming he plays for.
We're not giving them respect. It's
just matter of fact.
Yeah, we're not giving them respect.
I'm assuming he's either an Exiles player or a Mavericks player. I'm assuming he's either an Exiles or a Mavericks player.
But even so, it's not respect. We're looking at the numbers and we're looking at the games that they have left, and the outcome will be they will finish.
But it's not just that. It's also the fact that just you look across the other 2 divisions and there's not really that many good teams there either. Like
that is true.
That's the crux of it. Like, yeah. Right, moving on. Apache.
Hereford travelled with like 24, 26 players.
Bristol is still a very good team. Like, I don't want to take away the fact that Hereford travelled with fuck all.
They are a good team, and it got to the point towards the end of the game where they had players that were in 90 numbers running routes. Justice? No, we don't need justice for that at all. Not at all.
The best part of football is the Div 2 wildcard. No, it's not. The team gets slapped every single time in the Div 2 wildcard.
It's not. It's just. Yeah.
Bristol Bristol are playing against themselves in that division.
Yeah,
they're averaging 30 points. They're averaging 30 points a game. They have given up on average just over 4 points a game. It's like 4.3. It's like 4.3 game.
Yeah, it's pointless. And the fact that they had D linemen that were wearing 90 numbers running routes, I just sat there. I was like, you're kind of taking the piss for no needs. Like there's no reason to do it. Like OV.
I hate to break it to you. OV need to get their chance. I hate to break it to you. OV have had their chance. It's called the regular season,
and they fucked up.
They haven't taken that chance. So no Div 2 wildcards. Get out of here. I mean it's when you're rolling with a squad in the low 20s. Like, what do you expect to happen?
Yeah, I know. It's just one of those ones where it's just like, ugh, right. Made me kid. What?
I don't think your kid cried when he found out there was no more Div 2 wildcards. I think he was crying because he found out you needed a wild card to make playoffs, and he was so disappointed that you were representing his family. And that's why he's still crying. Apache are running wild with this division.
Yeah,
the assumption South Wales will take the next playoff spot.
If South Wales could score more, if whoever they play next has to score points to stop them, but it's unlikely. But yeah,
well, South Wales have got.
Have they played twice already?
They've got Bristol this coming week.
Yeah.
First team wearing change kit and sizes were all over the place, and people had strange numbers just to fit a jersey, is what Aaron's saying. So people in the 90s were just trying to fit a jersey.
Right. Wow.
Money says Vanguard give Apache a better game than anyone in Bristol's regular season.
Apaches might not be there next year.
I would take, well, I mean, that's the thing. I would take, I would say that is probably a safe bet. But yeah, Apache.
But Vanguard.
Is it two teams? Is it two teams that go up?
It's one team that goes up from Division 1 to Prem.
No, other way. Oh yeah, sorry. These guys are Div 1. I was about to say Div 2. Yeah.
Vanguard will have to play two teams.
Brad, we have no idea. We are all here for the experiment. We are hoping Bristol.
We will see, because if Bristol get out, then I guess they'll just have to become one unit, or I don't know.
Guess we'll find out. Apache play the Vanguard in 6 weeks. Vanguard are at the Apache for an associate game this year, so I'll be paying attention to that. That'll be a good game. Both competitive. That is a good playoff primer game that you can get. Scheduling the Vanguard.
If the Vanguard keep it close,
bro, that'll probably be the most competitive football they'll play all season. So
probably until playoffs.
I don't know. They've got South Wales. They've got South Wales. South Wales in a week. I mean regular season.
Oh yeah. You got a point there.
So South Wales have to play Bristol this week. So looking at South Wales playoff chances, they have to play Bristol this week,
and then they play Hereford as the last game of the season.
Yeah, they've got Hereford at the end of the month.
They should have playoffs.
They should be So they should be looking at a 5-3.
And then because Bobcats have already played 5 games.
So Apache and a B team, they treat themselves as very separate entities. Apache and Essex will likely be able to compete together in the Prem. More than likely, but they have to go through either East Kent or Rushmore to do it, which will be very exciting to see.
Yes, it will be.
I
don't know.
Oh.
South Wales needs to beat Bristol as Wave and hold to head-to-head.
At 5 I mean, if they both finish at 5-3, but I mean, Somerset have got the Stampede, and then they've got the. Somerset needs to beat Bournemouth.
So that's kind of I don't know. What did they beat South Wales the first time? 26-0, right? And they it'll be interesting.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Somerset.
South Wales beat Somerset 17-0.
Yeah, but Somerset also beat South Wales 26-0, second game of the week season.
Right. Oh yeah, right. Sorry. But I mean, Somerset still needs to beat Bournemouth.
Yeah, so it's not like it's an easy win. It's not an easy playoff scene for Somerset at all. So
they got 2 games left. They've got Hereford and Bournemouth. So be all eyes on the Bournemouth game 3 quarters of the way through July. Right. Div 2.
Lincolnshire Bombers 16, Doncaster Mustangs 14.
Nice.
Okay.
I see you, Donny. I see you, Donny.
Okay.
I mean, we did say it depends which Lincolnshire. How? It just hits him with a how.
But we did say what Lincolnshire shows up. We did say that. So,
and that's the thing. They were at home, and they still 2-point victory over the. Shout out Donny, I guess.
It is a shout out Donny.
I mean, Lincolnshire have now got Gateshead away this week. I would assume Gateshead probably wins that comfortably.
Yep.
And then they've got to travel to Wakefield, and I don't know if they win. Oh, they got Donny, and they've got an away against Donny. I might even pick Donny in that game, to be honest. And then they got to travel to Wakefield.
Oh God!
So they got a home game against Gateshead, and then they play Donny. They're away at Donny and away at Wakefield.
Let's not try to figure out the playoff situation.
The game was won on a pick six for the Bombers.
So the Bombers were losing.
Oh God! This is why Chikara wants Div 2 wildcard games. Shenanigans, absolute shenanigans.
That's wild.
Micah is dead. He is off the screen.
I can't believe
that. I mean, yeah, we both picked the Bombers, but a 2-point win over Doncaster is probably nothing we should be celebrating. And Dave said, "This is why we love this game. This is why we love this game."
Wow, that's
right. You beat Doncaster on a pick six. Now you've got to play Gateshead. You're at home.
Wait. Do you know what's funny about it? Baffa Republic have Donny higher than Lincolnshire Bombers.
I know. I saw that.
Bear in mind,
it's because they've got to draw.
Oh shit! Yeah,
it's because they drew with Wakefield. Yeah, based on win percentage, they're 1-4-1, whereas Lincolnshire's just 1-4.
That's crazy because Doncaster's let in 264 points.
Yeah, man, that's wild. I mean, they have had they got boat raced by Gateshead and Darlington, and they've still got to. Oh, excuse me. They've still got to play Darlington at the end of the month. So
it'll be interesting. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
wow.
God damn. Staffordshire Surge
41. Lee Miners 32.
This is closer than I thought it would be. We both picked Staffordshire. This is closer than I thought it would be.
Damn, I was hoping I'd get closer.
I was thinking we might see something closer to the. We'll cover the Sandwell Lancashire game at the same time because we're taking fucking ages to get through these.
Yes.
Sandwell 34, Lancashire 13.
That I did you take Lancashire for that one?
No, God no. Don't you dare! Don't you fucking dare!
So we both got wins on this one, but yeah.
I would,
games,
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, both. Well, Sandwell took a dominant lead, obviously, and just kept hold of it.
This is these two teams, Staffordshire and Sandwell.
Oh,
they are comfortably beating the other two teams in the division, like Lancashire and Lee. Like even 41-32, it's a 9-point victory. It's two scores. It is a comfortable win, but they are just setting up for a final face-off that is just going to be epic. Because the thing is, these guys played back, I think it would have been week 1, and it was 27-23 to the Surge.
Yes, it was. So
they played the second. So it's Samwell's last game. It's the Surge's second to last game, and it's on the 21st. Yeah.
Next
so
week. No.
So the Surge can theoretically drop the game to Samwell, providing they don't lose by more than 4, beat Lancashire the next week and still retain the 1 seed.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how it happens. Can people... All right,
oh, they do? No, sorry. Yeah. Chad's just said they play twice more.
Oh shit, they're playing. Yeah, they're playing. They're playing next week.
Yeah. They play 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, when I say next week, I literally mean like obviously like the next week.
The following, not this coming week, the one after.
Otherwise.
Yeah. So Chad's right. I'm sorry.
Wow.
So we play each other in 2 weeks. God,
it's tough to
am I terrible? I was gonna say, am I a terrible person for hoping that Samwell wins that one and we get a fucking epic rubber match at the end?
Hey,
I want them to go in one victory apiece. Winner takes the 1 seed.
Hey, always said it's difficult to play.
Chad, make it happen. Make it happen. Samwell victory on the 30th of the 6th.
Oh man.
Miners shut them down for a final quarter. Got a couple of late scores, made it respectable. Miners had the lowest numbers on the sideline they've had in 3 years. Something about a threadbare team that makes you rally. Still a loss, but better than usual.
It is better than usual, but again, struggling with players is not.
Why have you got the least amount of players you've had in 3 years? What's going on?
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. Again, it seriously shouldn't be happening.
So, at the moment, playoffs.
Oh, you really want to?
Surge and Steelers will both make playoffs.
Yes,
because there's no wild card anymore. It's 4 teams. It's the top 4 teams. Surge and Steelers make
and then
playoffs.
Darlington and Gateshead.
You'd assume Darlington and Gateshead, yeah.
Well, it will be Darlington and Gateshead unless Wakefield are going to go on a mad one.
Oh God, yeah.
Like,
no, true.
It's going to be Darlington and Gateshead. What it's going to be on the North.
Right. I think doesn't matter who. I think both Staffordshire and Samwell beat Gateshead. I think whichever one of them finishes top beats Gateshead, but I don't think either of them will beat Darlington.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't think either of them can beat Darlington, but I don't think Gateshead. So look, it's like an NFC West sandwich. You've got the bread, which is the NFC 2 East. You've got Darlington as top 1 seed, Gateshead as 4 seed, 2 and 3. You've got Samwell and Staffordshire.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think it'd be a blow. I don't think it'd be a blowout against Darlington. I think either I think Samwell or Staffordshire could blow Gateshead out. Like I think we could see a 30-point differential.
Yeah.
So currently
it'll be a fun game.
Currently Samwell away to Darlington, Surge host Gateshead. Yeah, that sounds about right, David.
Doesn't Darlington have a better record than Surge?
That's why it's Darlington. Yeah, so Darlington is 5-0.
And they've scored 200 points and only conceded 85.
Yeah, so Surge have conceded 81, but they have played one more game. I think no, they haven't. They've played the same amount of games. It'd be interesting. But the thing is, for the Surge, they've got to play Samwell twice more. So I think that will go. I think that will bump the points against. Darlington gets to play Doncaster, Wakefield, and the Senators again. So I think Darlington will finish 1. Whoever, I can't pick Samwell and Staffordshire. I mean, I would lean Staffordshire just based on the fact that they are undefeated.
History.
The fact they're undefeated.
That's true.
But
yeah,
I do think Samwell could beat them, take at least one of the next 2 games off them. So it'll be very, very interesting.
It will be interesting. But then
we go down to the Div.
You really want to do this
in the South?
Do you want to?
I don't. But I have to give them their.
But we're gonna do it anyway.
I have to give them their flowers.
Cornwall Monarchs 30, Swindon Storm 18. We both betted against the Cornwall because I didn't see it coming.
Oh mate, I think someone called it Oz's hate tour. Like I have been, like someone called me out and said I had like a tour of hatred against Cornwall this season. And it's probably fair because I think I do have a tour of hatred against Cornwall. But they won. They beat Swindon. How fucking woeful is Swindon?
Is that their first victory?
Yes. Don't be silly. Of course it is. Of
Ew.
course, it came against Swindon.
But they're still bottom of the table, so
It's
they'll
just,
still be bottom of the table. But it's yeah, Swindon. You can't. How? You know what? Props to culture. Props to you, Cornwall.
I mean, if I'm anything, if anything, I'm shaking in my boots if I'm Sussex. Sussex lost to Swindon at the beginning of the year. Cornwall is coming.
Oh man! But then in the other game, Ipswich shut out the Renegades.
Yes, they did.
And I guess we both.
No, I picked Ipswich.
Fuck.
I don't think the Renegades are that good.
Mm.
Case in point, they beat Swindon 7-3 last week.
Yeah,
and that was the thing. That was literally why I picked Cardinals over them. I was like, well, they just fucking struggled to beat Swindon. And little did I know, Swindon would lose to Cornwall, so it's more of a premonition.
Or whatever.
17-0 Ipswich over Berkshire. This whole division is just painful.
It's painful.
I mean, no,
bad.
it's not. It's not.
Just
It's
painfully bad.
Well, no, it is. It is.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the fuck's going to happen in this division, by the way. Like Berkshire, Sussex, Swindon, they're all just washed this division into the ocean.
They did only bring 25 players to us yesterday. Fair play for the Ironman football.
So there we go. SFC2 East is 6-0 over the SFC2 West. I would be more ashamed of them if they weren't.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about it, to be honest.
There's a big fucking difference between the SFC2 East and the SFC2 West.
Yeah, I've got nothing else. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
The fact that the Cardinals are bottom of the SFC2 East
makes it even worse. Makes the loss even worse.
And the other thing, right? And this is probably why Ouse Valley and Ipswich are fucking pissed that they've gotten rid of wildcards, because
good, because
the reason I say that, right, is because Sussex probably would make the playoffs even with wildcards in. You would assume they'd make the playoffs, but the you could see the entire of the SFC2 East in the playoffs with wildcards. Like, if they expanded it to 6 teams, like a 16 playoff, you could have all 4 teams from the SFC2 East, and then Sussex, and I don't know who the fuck else.
I get that, but I don't think you deserve to be in the playoffs if you have a losing record.
No, you don't.
So,
you really don't. But I'm just saying that, like, if you're in the SFC2 East, right? Currently, your division, like for Ipswich, they are classified as the worst team in the SFC2 East based on record, points, everything like that. They just beat the number 2 team from the West.
In the West.
And they would probably be feeling like they could beat the number 1 team in the West. But because they've got to go through 3 better teams, they're going to have a shit fucking win-loss record in their own division. They're going to miss out on playoffs, and they're like, well, we would beat any team that the fucking West is putting into the playoffs, but they won't make playoffs.
But they won't make playoffs even if there was a wild card. So
no, but they would, because there'd be 6 teams, and it's the best 6 teams. It's not top 3 from each division; it's best 6 teams.
So now they're 2 and 4. Yeah,
because you got Cornwall and Swindon are the other fucking 2. Cornwall and Swindon are the 2 teams that miss out, essentially.
It won't be fuck yeah.
Cornwall and Swindon are the 2 teams that miss out.
Oh well. That for me change. Lovely stuff to see it.
Right. No so Cameron says, shout out for sorry for the late arrival. Shout out for number 44 from Clyde Valley. Man went into an ambulance in the first quarter, came back in the third quarter to finish the game, and the Tigers shat themselves trying to get the referees to get him off the field.
1, why is a player going into an ambulance and coming back into the game? What?
the thing is, there's plenty of things that you could be taken to an ambulance for. Like it could be just a big cut, like that just requires
2 quarters and a half and a
Could be
half
to your
time.
head. Could be to your head.
The head, that does not make it any better. That doesn't.
Anything to the head, you should not be allowed back in the game.
I would love to know what the reason why he got put into the ambulance.
Popped his knee. He popped his knee.
I'm sorry.
Man said, strap me up, give me a PRP injection. I will be on my way.
I'm not gonna lie. I give you no props for that. That's ridiculous. I give you absolutely no props for that because you pay for this game. That doesn't pay for your livelihood. No.
I know guys. I played rugby with guys who popped their shoulder like in a game and would go into the locker room and
a shoulder's different.
Back in.
A shoulder's different from something that you walk. You walk on your legs. You can live with one arm for a bit.
Bro, you masturbate with your arms.
Dude.
Bloke changed from corporate cane to mask cane. That was the first thing. I didn't really know where to go with the right with the
yeah.
the
I
arm.
know.
I was like,
I know,
what's more important than walking? Called team commitment. That's right. You're goddamn right. It's showing commitment.
It's also called stupidity, and
it's not called stupidity,
and not caring about your body when you.
Bro, you can get a knee replacement. Bro, you can get a knee replacement.
Oh, lovely! And how long would that take on the NHS? And how much would it cost in private? I'm sorry, but there's certain things that
good insurance.
Baffer insurance. What? Oh,
no,
good insurance.
Oh, yeah, good insurance.
Right. Sorry, I missed it. But no, I'm sorry. There's a point where
I am the biggest devil's advocate in the world, Aaron. I don't actually really believe half the shit that I say, but I will argue at a point, just any point. You give me a position to argue, and I will argue it until the fucking cows come home. No way. If I can move him on the field, you have to break me to beat me. Yeah, that's what that guy said. They broke him, and he's like, "Get me back in."
That's what I used to. That's what a lot of people used to do. And look at them now. Half of them can just about walk. Half of them can just about walk upstairs with their knees.
Bro, I got some of the. I got knees. I got knees made of fucking halloumi.
Look,
and they were going out no matter.
I love this. Look, I love this game. I used to do it. I've played with concussions. I've played with damaged knees. I've played with a busted shoulder. If I had to go back, I would not do that shit again.
Bro, if I was 3 stone lighter, I would still be playing.
I'm sorry, but yeah, no, there's a lot of madness that happens. Like,
and I literally put my skull on display.
If I was
4 months ago.
If I was getting paid, then yeah, I'd have to because I'm getting paid. If I'm paying, you'll find me. You'll see me when I'm healthy enough to come back on, and I feel confident to do it.
Not having a bar of it
in the same game. Nah, you're mad. You're insane. There was like what?
Bro,
there was like 5.
See, look at this, man. Hey, the man dem. They're not enjoying it.
That's fine. I'm saying the truth because that's me. What happened to me? I played the Olympians when we went 0-10, and I played every position for that team, and my body was dead, and no one else wanted to help on that team. So it is what it is.
Bro, Russ is 100% onto it. It's fucking paracetamol, ibuprofen before the game, deep heat just to get the joints warmed up. Just, all the deep heat in the world, get the joints warmed up. Paracetamol, ibuprofen, smash it with Red Bull so that way it breaks the pill up, gets into your bloodstream quicker. Away you go.
Broken neck, second season. This is my 13th. There's a difference from doing it and playing in that exact same. So you're saying, would you break your neck and then go play that same exact game that you broke your neck in? That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that you played in the exact same game.
That's it. Went to the finals next year on your injuries. Do you regret that, Michael?
Yeah, because I'd still be playing if I didn't do it.
Got plenty of years to watch from the balcony at SGS. Not many years of playing. That's it, man. You're only on the field for a short time.
I've played a lot of games throughout I've played a lot, but there comes to a point where sometimes you have to think about your body before you get yourself healthy again, get yourself fit and ready to go.
Nah, bro, you're a sissy.
If you have a car crash, do you stop driving? That is two totally different things. Technically, I would stop driving because technically I could be dead.
Yeah, I mean, if I have a car crash, I'm probably going through the windshield with my luck. So I'm definitely stopping driving.
Let's be real with some of these analogies. Like, come on now.
Let's move on. We got some games to predict. I want to get out of here.
All right,
we're coming up on a 2-hour stream.
Oh snap! We are. Right, we're gonna start off from the south. We're gonna start from Division 2 and work our way back up. So we've got Sussex Thunder versus Essex Trident. I'm going with the Tridents.
Oh yeah, 100%, bro. The fucking East is 6-0 versus the West. That is not changing this week. Micah used to be a beast. You turned into an old man, bro. The man
didn't turn into an old man. My body is tired. So
you just need a nap, bro. You just need a nap. You just need a normal bedtime. A normal bedtime.
Oh, here comes the stupid analogies. I'm not even going to answer them. Division 2 West, Lee Miners versus Lancashire Wolverines.
Oh, God.
Shit. Hold up. Didn't they just play? No, they didn't.
Bro, you're doing the same thing I am.
I'm going with I want to go with Lee Miners, you know.
Nick, what's the numbers going to be like for this game? What are we looking at?
That's cheating. Do not answer him.
Micah plays tennis. He has Andy Murray knees and he can still play. What is this behavior?
Shut up.
We drew the first game of the season 14-14. The numbers are going to be better, right? I'm picking the Miners.
The Miners. I'm gonna play again. Don't worry about that. Just let me get my shit sorted out.
Bro, this is getting real personal, by the way.
Like, it is, and it's very annoying me now.
They are putting your business out in the Sportank streets.
NFC 2 North East, Gateshead Senators versus Lincolnshire Bombers. I'm going with the Senators.
Gateshead.
And then we have Darlington versus Wakefield. I'm taking Darlington.
Yeah, I'm taking the Steam. Steam with a vengeance.
Yep. In Division 1 West, we've got Bristol Apache versus South Wales Warriors. I'm going to go Apache.
Yep, taking the Apache. This is pretty fucking chalk so far, my man. Yep.
And then we have Somerset Wyverns versus Hereford Stampede. I'm going with Somerset.
I'm taking the Wyverns as well.
Then we have in Division 1 East, we have London Olympians.
I did one East. Okay, yes, okay.
East. We have London Olympians versus Blitz B. I'm going with the Olympians.
I'm taking the Olympians as well. Yeah, they're gonna beat them back-to-back games.
Yep. And then we have Norwich Devils versus East Kent Mavericks. I'm going with the Mavericks.
Bro, I think we might end up in lockstep the entire way for the first time.
You don't want to do this, but Division 1 Central,
do I have to
we have London Hornets versus Oxford Saints.
Right, so it's the team that is going down versus the team that should be going down. I'm gonna take the Hornets. They just ran Wembley. They just ran Wembley close. Are you taking the Saints?
No, I'm going Hornets.
I was gonna say, I was like, you did this once before.
I learned my mistake. Division 1 Midlands. We've got Birmingham Bulls versus Leicester Panthers. I'm going with the Bulls.
Yep.
Division 1 is back in form. We have Sheffield Giants versus Yorkshire Rams. Fuck me.
This one's going to be difficult. Yeah.
Relegated twice, but still a Division 1 team.
It's so true.
They actually. Oh, that is very.
They should. They should have been relegated 2 years ago.
Oh shit, that's funny. I'm going with the Rams.
Very good.
I'm going with the Rams.
I'm taking the Rams as well. Right, I gotta go find the cat treat jar is not in here, so I gotta go find it.
Right. All right, you man. Yeah. You man don't want to be giving out my personal shit. Look, yeah, my body has taken a beating. For those that know, me and speak to me on a regular basis, you know already.
Micah's business is out in the streets.
Don't come on here talking all this shit now. Yeah, I'm playing tennis to get myself back and healthy. All right, cat treat Charles here.
Oh, and so are the cats. I forgot to close the door behind me.
Oh, fair enough.
Right, I'm pretty sure all 4 names are in here already. So
just pick out whoever's gonna. Whoever you keep picking until you get a winner.
Yeah, pretty much. Inverclyde, are they playing?
Nope.
Okay. Bro, Luigi, what are you doing, bro? The Stags. Are the Stags playing?
Nope. Actually, yes, they are. Stags versus Tigers.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. I've picked the Stags.
I'll go with the Stags as well. Fuck it. I can't be asked to pick the Tigers. They let me down last time.
Oh, the spike pick. All right, you lot. Come here. Zelda. Hey.
So we got 2 double headers again this week. So there'll be another 4 p.m. games. So we're up to the Premiership South.
Yes.
We've got the double header, the second game in the double header of Bristol. Bristol Aztecs versus Cambridgeshire Cats. Bristol, obviously.
I shake the cat treat box, and my missus loses the cat.
I love it. Yeah, I'm going.
Right, hang on. Sorry. So Stags. I've got to put the.
Both
I've got to get rid of. Yeah, Luigi decided to walk all over the keyboard. So right, both Stags.
Yes.
Rams, Stags. Right. So Warriors Blitz. Yeah.
Oh wait. Here's the fun part about this game is that the Blitz is at Finsbury Park, and this is a double header again, I believe, if I'm correct. Yes, it is a double header. So
yeah, they're playing those. Yeah.
Yeah. So double header, and all the old Blitz boys are going back to Finsbury Park to.
Oh, they're going home
to dominate and win probably by 70 points. So yeah, Warriors, and everyone will hear Warriors shout "Our house" at the end of the game, potentially. They will, but
I mean,
will
that's kind of lame, but I mean,
no, it's fun.
Stags have a good squad, especially at home. Hard to predict with the new QB this season. He's swifty and can take a hit in a different team when they travel. Yeah, Simon just mentioned you've got to keep their knees healthy for when you're mugging old ladies.
Hertfordshire Cheaters versus Solent Thrashers. I'm going with the Cheaters.
Bro, I think we're going to end up with the
same exact thing, isn't it?
Aztecs Cats.
Aztecs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Phoenix EKP.
I'm going Phoenix.
I'm going Phoenix
because
bro, Tamworth has been on a heater.
Yeah. And then good. We have Edinburgh versus Merseyside, and I'm going Edinburgh.
Yeah, taking the Wolves. Right, we are in lockstep.
Yeah, it was going to happen. It was going to happen at some point.
Yeah, first week this season where we are 100%
the exact same.
So our season record. So you went 15-3 last week. So well done to you. That puts you at 118-46. So well done.
Over 60.
So you went 15-3. I went 16-2.
I went 16-2.
Puts me at 129-35. So I've opened the gap up. The gap is now to 11.
Yeah.
And the cat jar is now at 7-1. The cat jar had a 2-0 week.
Fair enough. Who can predict Scotland? Apparently the cat jar can.
Apparently the cat jar. So the cat jar currently, as a percentage, is shooting 88%.
Oh god.
So guessing the hat works clearly. Yeah, 100. Guessing out the hat works clearly. 100. It does, bro. I gave up. I was like, I'm not dealing with Scotland. I don't know anything about the division. Apparently, a custom cat treat tin off of Etsy comes from Scotland, so knows how Scotland works, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
So we are 164 games through. Cat John needs to predict Clyde Valley to beat the Tigers next week. So we're 164 games through.
Not bad.
That's not bad. That's not bad. As a percentage, I'm shooting 79% correct at the moment.
I'm shooting 60 something. I should be.
No. You'll be in the 70s. 118 out of 164 games. Right, you are at 72%. It's not bad. People say we don't know what we're doing, but
getting something right, I guess. Oh, not bad.
I mean, people say we don't know what we're doing, but you're 72%, 72%, 79%. Like,
not bad.
I feel like we've got. I mean, if we can get both of us over 75%, so can you fucking sort your shit out, please? But
what could happen this week? Probably.
I mean, if we have another run of like a 16-2, well, I mean, we're both gonna fucking win. The thing is, we have picked what we assume to be sort of clear cut favorites.
Yeah,
clear cut favorites. Yeah. So the Cat Jars getting the first round bye in the playoffs. Absolutely. If we're picking clear cut favorites, as long as there's no upsets this week, then we should have our first perfect week of the season.
Yeah, I don't see that. The only upset would be East Kent Mavericks versus Tamworth, but the way that Tamworth
East Kilbride, you mean?
Yeah, East Kilbride versus Tamworth. That I think that would be the only upset, unless the Stags. There's a couple actually.
Yeah, I can see the Stags. The Stags go either way. I can see the Rams and the Giants.
My dark horse, Oxford Saints to beat Hornets.
Yes. Lee, the Miners versus the Wolverines. The Wolverines could easily overcome them. Well, not easily, but that could be a bit of an upset. You can see the Bulls. The Bulls get upset. So there's a few that could definitely go either way. But we equaled this week. The my 16-2 has equaled our best performance. Me and you now have both had 2 16-2 weeks.
Damn, not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
You were on a fucking heater through weeks 6 and 7. You went 32-4 across 36 games.
The fuck happened?
That's wild, man. Bro, you went 15-3 last week. Chill. We can blame Swindon. We can blame Swindon.
Yeah, we can. Oh Lord. Oh well. Anyway, people, we've taken up enough time of your day.
2 hours of your life.
We don't usually do this. We usually finish earlier.
It's usually about an hour and a half. But we did have 20 minutes of Steve, and then we also had about 15 minutes worth of Div 2 on our own.
Yeah.
Then another 10 minutes talking about your dusty knees.
Yeah, I don't know how that came about, but yeah, sure. You bastards.
We have been the rundown. We will be back next week.
I won't be back next week. You will have Steve.
What? Is it me and Steve?
I'm in Greece, so I'm enjoying the sun and the sea and the beach.
Bro, you could 100% live stream from the beach, but whatever. Right, it will be me and Steve. Not sure. Aaron joined 40 minutes late, so he got the hour and a half stream or hour and 20 minute stream. Right, Mike will be on a sunny beach in Greece. I will be jealous, and with Steve, I'll be back next week. See you guys later.
Peace.
Weekly reminder: the Plymouth Vanguard are still looking to host a team. Someone play the Vanguard, so we do not have to put up with fucking talking about Swindon versus Cornwall next year. Dear God,
well, technically, Cornwall won
play
it, so
play the Vanguard. Get in contact.